I'm going over 7 of my favorite cashback credit cards with no annual fee that I personally use. In my first video on money mistakes, I talked about how I get cash back on all my spending through the use of credit cards. So I thought it would be good to show you all the credit cards that I personally use in case you were wondering what credit card to get for yourself. And depending on your spending pattern, I'm sure you'll find at least 1 or 2 in this video that you would like to apply for, as you can get a good sum of money each month just by spending like you normally would. Note that the credit cards that I'm about to mention have a lot of benefits, but in this video, I'm focusing just on cashback. All the credit cards are listed and linked in the description below. The first one I would like to mention is Amazon Prime Rewards Visa Signature Card by Chase. In my opinion, this is a no-brainer for anyone who has an Amazon membership. You get 5% back on Amazon and Whole Foods if you have a Prime membership and 3% if you don't, 2% back at restaurants, gas stations, and drugstores, and 1% back on all other purchases. There does not need to be any minimum for you to redeem that cash back, and you can apply it towards your statement, deposit it in your bank, use it as points for Amazon purchases, or even use it for travel or gift cards. There is also no foreign transaction fees, among other benefits, and they sometimes apply a $50 to $70 credit to your Amazon account at approval. The next one is a no-brainer for someone who uses Uber or Uber Eats a lot. Note that with this card, you get back Uber Cash, which means you have to spend it on Uber apps, but there does not need to be any minimum for you to redeem. You get 5% back on net purchases made through Uber apps, including Uber itself, Uber Eats, and Jump. You also earn 3% back at restaurants, fast food restaurants, bars, airfare, hotels, and vacation rentals. And you get 1% back on all other purchases. There are also other benefits like no transaction fees and mobile phone protection. The next one is Discover Cashback Credit Card. With this card, you earn 5% cash back on your everyday purchases in different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases. The categories for this year includes categories like grocery store, gas station, restaurants, and Walmart and Target. You also get 1% back on all categories not in the 5% category for that quarter. There is no minimum needed to redeem your cashback, and you can redeem it by depositing it in your bank account, applying it towards your statement, or use at Amazon or PayPal. Discover would also match the cashback you earned for the first year and apply it towards your account at the end of the first year, so really, you're getting 10% back on those categories. There's also a student version of this card, which is what I got when I was in college. In addition to all these benefits, you also get a $20 statement credit each school year your GPA is 3.0 or higher for up to 5 years. So it's definitely a must-have credit card for students. Another good one is the US Bank Cash Plus Visa Signature Card. This is an interesting one because you get to choose 2 categories each quarter where you get 5% cash back on your first $2,000 in purchases for the quarter, and 1 category where you get 2% cash back. In addition, you get 1% cash back on all other purchases. For 5%, you have categories like TV, internet and streaming services, fast food, cell phone providers, gym, home utilities, ground transportation, and several more. And for 2%, you have grocery stores, gas station, and restaurants. You can redeem your cash back in 3 ways: account deposit to an existing US bank checking or savings account, statement credit, or you can ask them to send a prepaid debit card, but you would need at least $20 in your cash back for this option. The next one is Blue Cash Everyday Card from American Express. You get 3% at US supermarkets on up to $6,000 per year in purchases and 1% thereafter, 2% back at US gas stations and select US department stores, and 1% back on all other purchases. You would need a minimum of $25 to redeem your cash back, and you can redeem it by applying it towards your statement or for gift cards or merchandise that they may have offers on. They also have several other benefits like their Plan It program, for example, where you can make a big purchase and pay it over time by setting up a payment plan with them without any interest. Another one is Bank of America Cash Rewards Credit Card. With this card, you get 3% cash back in the category of your choice, 2% cash back at grocery stores and wholesale clubs, and 1% cash back on all other purchases. The 3% categories you can choose from include gas, online shopping, dining, travel, drugstores, or home improvement. You'll earn 3% and 2% cash back on up to $2,500 in combined purchases each quarter and 1% after that. You can redeem your cashback by applying it as a statement credit, depositing it in your Bank of America related account, or as a personal check mailed to you, but with a $25 minimum. The last one that I want to talk about is Citi Double Cashback Credit Card. This one is as simple as it gets, and everyone should have this or some other very similar credit card because you get 2% cashback on everything. You get 1% cashback when you make your purchase and another 1% when you make your payment on time. This is great because there would most likely be some purchases where you won't be able to get better cashback. You need a minimum of $25 before you can redeem it via direct deposit, statement credit, checks, gift cards, or Amazon or PayPal points. So now, let me show you how you can strategize the use of these credit cards to maximize your cashback. Okay, so in my last video, I created a sample budget. I'm going to use this same budget to show you how much you can get in cashback with this kind of budget. Now, obviously, your spending would be different and therefore your cashback may be different. But however much you can earn in cashback, remember that it's free money and you had to do absolutely nothing except just use that credit card. So I'm going to look at these expenses. I'm not using rent because in most cases you have to pay a fee to use a credit card. And then what I did is copied these expenses in another sheet and I listed the cashback I get for each of these categories from each card I have. For example, for the Amazon credit card, I get 1% on everything, 5% on Whole Foods and Amazon, and 2% on restaurants and gas. I'm assuming 50% of groceries at Whole Foods and all of shopping at Amazon, which if you're getting this card, you most likely are. I personally do 100% of my shopping at Amazon and do all my grocery at Whole Foods as well since it's close to my place and I get 5% cash back. Anyways, I did that for all the credit cards I have. Then what you want to do is for each category, use the card that maximizes your cash back, which is what I listed here. And then if you calculate your cash back you get from each category using the card that maximizes your cash back, you can get something like $78 per month, which is insane because you're not working at all for it. Now, you may argue that it's because of some of my assumptions, like assuming 100% shopping on Amazon, but even if we assume no shopping at all, no spending at Whole Foods and no restaurants, you still get like $50 a month. I would do all this even if I was getting $10 a month, and you should too because it's free money. One thing to note here though is you get $78 or whatever the amount if you get all these different cards and use them together. So this may take you a while as you shouldn't get all the credit cards at once because that would hurt your credit score, but start with the one that works best with your spending habits by looking at your budget. And then apply for the other credit cards every 6 to 12 months. For this particular budget, this is what you'll get from each credit card. I'll link all of these cards in the description below and hopefully you found at least one that you liked and can start earning some free money from. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any credit card suggestions and which one of these are you using already.